We are previewing Manchester United's next match in the Europa League. We're headed to Fenerbahce. We're headed to Istanbul, Turkey to see an old friend and an old foe, Jose Mourinho. It's going to be a big, big match under the lights. We got Fred the Red. He is tearing things up. He's had a great transition into the Turkish league since leaving United. Amrabat, bluffer, FA Cup final.
I'm a robot.
Winner. Yeah, he's still there. Who else is that? They got couple other former
Dzeko,
a couple former Premier League players. So it's going to be a big match for United. Huge opportunity for United to pick up 3 points. We need to start climbing up the table in that Europa League giant spreadsheet of names that we are on the bottom of. So it's a huge opportunity for United to win. And most importantly, I think for this side, this team of bluffers with their record in Europe, away, especially under Erik ten Hag, this is a huge match. United needs it. United needs to build something, some semblance of getting this season going. It's been on life support. We got to kickstart it. And a great way to do that is to go to a very, very hostile environment and to do something you haven't done that much into the season, which is to win away in Europe. We have not been able to win away in Europe consistently under this manager. And we got to start now, because if we're going to get out of the group, we got to win away.
Win, baby, win. That is the motto of Manchester United in Europe. It has been brutal. Last year in the Champions League, this year in the Europa League, not good enough. Hans and Franz don't spin the turntables for nothing. We got to show up away. It's going to be a hostile environment, just like the crowd at Old Trafford helped us get back against Brentford. We're going to have to battle the crowd in Turkey, because they're going to want to get up for it. If Mourinho gets after us early, we could be in for a long night. I feel like this team reacts to pressure, and when you're in Turkey away and it's that hostile, we might see it on the pitch. So we got to keep our wits about us. We got to keep Mourinho's tactics at bay, but he's going to be coming, and Fred's going to have a worldie. You can bet your house on it. That's just how it goes when you play against former United players.
No, without a doubt. Even Amrabat, I'm a robot, is going to have a good game as well, because that's just the way it goes. Like you said, with former United players and former United managers, they have a tendency to get one against this side. You know, Moisey, he's had a couple scalps in his time since leaving. And at this point, it's a big game, like you said. It's a big test of the side. This team is dying for a couple of results, stringing together some performances. We have a pretty good run of games over the next 6 weeks, minus Chelsea at home coming up in early November. So this is a game we have to win, and also this is a test we have to pass. We need to be able to go to Europe with this team of bluffers and show up and not crumble. Not crumble under the weight of the occasion and crumble under the weight of the fucking crowd, because they're going to be up for it. Well, they give out flares, sir, like basically to any fan over the age of 6. Just pick your favorite color. It's going to be an intimidating environment. It's going to be a lot more intimidating than even like Copenhagen away, where we crumbled last year.
Quick PSA for the podcast, sir. If you're worried about Manchester United's European prospects, you need them up at take. And now we're on YouTube. Please check it out. American Red Devils on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment if you disagree with me or Alex. Even better, make sure to keep the comments spicy. Have a laugh, and support the podcast. And if you want to go the extra mile, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/AmericanRedDevils. If you want to be a top Muppet, you can support us there, helping us do all the things like you see on YouTube, etc. Check out our store as well. We got hats, we got shirts, we got scarves. So the Erik ten Hag Red Army scarf, it's selling like hotcakes. Viva Garnacho as well. The beanies, winners around the corner. Gear up, support the Muppet Take. Also, check out our website, americanreddevils.com. Tell about iTunes reviews. iTunes and Spotify reviews help a lot.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews, the American Red Devils, wherever you listen. It helps get the pod found organically by other top moments like yourself. And even better, we're giving away free merch. All you have to do is write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify and send a screenshot of the review to americanreddevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear. Send it right to your door anywhere in the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube as well. It goes a long way, sir. Let's get into the preview. We're talking Fenerbahce. We're talking Jose Mourinho. What's not to like? This is textbook football. This is Manchester United European nights.
We're talking Hans and Franz.
Let's hit it.
All right, we got the Europa League Hans and Franz remix, and we're breaking down Fenerbahce versus Manchester United Thursday, October 24th, noon Pacific. And you want to check out the table. United is all the way in 21st place. 2 draws, 2 points. Sandwiched in between Braga Praga.
Victoria Plzen.
And some teams we have never heard of. Sir, how are you feeling about kicking off this European campaign?
I mean, United needs to get something going. I mean, we've been saying this. Is the manager done for? We don't know. It seems like they're sticking with him, I think, at least to probably the next international break. But for United's sake, for the American Red Devils' sake, and for the fans' sake, it's like United needs to get something going. This team has players in it that should be able to show up and get a result, even in an intimidating venue like, Istanbul, Turkey against Jose Mourinho. Because we need the 3 points. Like I said, this is a test that United needs to pass. We need to show that we can win in Europe away. Obviously, this is as intimidating as it gets, but hey, the boys should be up for it.
They love a flair in Turkey, and we are going to the Sukru Sarakaglu Stadium, sir. Say that 3 times fast. Stadium was inaugurated in 1908 and renovated between 29, 32, 65, 82, 99, and 2006. They are working on this stadium. It's looking pretty good.
It looks good.
They're going to try to burn it down. It's going to be crazy. Jose Mourinho on the touchline. He's going to have all the antics. The greatest troll in English football, sir. Jose Mourinho. Proud that he was the United coach.
He was a great he was a great coach. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. When it was bad. But the weather in Turkey.
Wait.
We'll turn it up, sir. Gross, I knew. We are such a mid-table club these days. Loving our Europa League music, sitting in the mud, face down in the mud. That's where we are these days. Oh! All right, weather. Guts. Okay, it's going to be 19 degrees Celsius. For all you Europeans, that means mid-60s. It's going to be breezy. It's going to be partly cloudy. It's going to be a beautiful night. Beautiful night for a night of football, sir.
I got to interrupt you real quick. If that theme gets you up for a game, like, you are a proper Muppet, because I'm buzzing for this game because of Europa. If you like Europa League, you got problems. You're a proper fan and you're a Muppet, because you're like, you know what? Europa League's not that bad. You know what? United aren't that bad. You know what? I think we're going to win. That's a proper Muppet take right there.
Well, also, if you've been paying attention to the American Red Devils for the last few years, and you've experienced the joys and woes of playing in Europa League football, one of the joys is the song. I mean, the song on the pod, part of the preview and the recap, has been a lot of fun. Alex's Scran Watch, we're away. We're eating at Balin. It's this bakery, creamery.
You're eating there? Are you
no,
kidding
go to the dessert. Apparently they make a delicious
that looks so bad.
This guy doesn't eat shit, by the way. Don't ask John. He's got all these allergies.
No, just hold on. Let me get this in.
You didn't even let me do my Scran Watch before you dunked on it.
This is the first image on the
it's on okay, go ahead.
This is the
dunk on me before I even defend my Sunday.
Look, this is the first image on the TripAdvisor. And it literally is a bowl. For those listening, this is a bowl of spaghetti.
It's not spaghetti
with whipped cream and a cherry. I've never seen nothing like that. That's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Bro, that is not spaghetti.
No one eat that.
Why
no one's gonna eat it because you're
not spaghetti.
Sir, I have to level you out here. It's like
this
looks like the worst food I've ever seen in my life.
This is on an eater
disgusting.
Essential Istanbul restaurants. They make a delicious Sunday.
Just look at the hue of that food. This is the tone of it.
Get off your high horse. For all the Reds that are looking for something sweet, it's right by the stadium. It's supposed to be very good. Don't listen to John. He doesn't know shit about food. It looks delicious. You don't say a little pistachio?
The green stuff there?
Pistachio. Sir, come on.
I mean, that looks all right. I
told you these Sundays are supposed to be very good. I don't know. That's not spaghetti. By the way,
Alex's Scran Watch, it's literally people be on the lookout. They got landmines like spaghetti ice cream.
Hey, I sit by what's it called? The jerk plus spot in Selhurst. That place is killer.
Oh my god. That's just horrific. I'm offended by that restaurant. All right, Fenerbahce. They're nicknamed Fener. They're a professional football team based in Istanbul. Obviously, they love the Flares, like we've talked about that. They've won 28 championships and 7 Turkish Cups, so not a bad background, but they are in the Europa League. They are part of the big 3 in Turkey, along Galatasaray and Besiktas. We've seen those teams in Europe before. Last season, they finished in 2nd place. They sit in 4th in the Super League. So it's a proper team. It's going to be a tough game away. And Mourinho, more importantly, that's the intangible. He's going to be tough to go against.
Yeah, they're going to be fired up, but like when you get in the squad, you're gonna see some familiar names. Obviously, the former United players, former United manager. Manager watch is obviously going to be Jose Mourinho. Here he is kissing the Europa League in 2017.
I miss him. I miss Jose.
I miss the good times. I miss the good times. I don't miss the bad times.
No, his pressers get a little toxic. He's got that ego.
Yeah,
but I do
ego.
think that he's kind of reformed a little bit now that he's had to eat crow in Turkey. He's kind of gone down the list. Roma, Turkey. He's not really moving up the list. So I felt like if he ever came back, he might be a little more mature. I felt like he did say some sharp things that kind of cut and hurt as fans. But I like Mourinho. I have positive memories of us winning that Europa League and facing him again. The footballing gods, sir. Football is poetry in some regard. We're back here playing him.
No, we are, and it'll be a fun night. We should beat them. We have better players, but they're going to be up for it, like you said. They're playing at home, so they're going to have that. And United has a track record for just falling apart. Talking about signings they made this summer, and Nasri from Sevilla, they signed the kind of veteran striker, and Sonuchu, former Leicester player who went to Atletico. He joined Alan St. Maxima, the former Newcastle bluffer. He joined Safan Abrarat, the former Manchester United bluffer.
Here's the thing.
It's a mixed badge.
St. Maxima, if he's available for $1 million, why is he coming to United? That's
he's joining from he's a loan fee. So that means he's still getting huge wages from the Saudis.
No, I know. But that's he's a good player. He's probably their best player. I mean, look, they're gonna be frisky.
Fred's their best player. Come on, baby. So either way, run of fixtures recently, sir. They've, like I said, they're second in the Turkish league. They're doing better than we are in the Europa League. They won their one
drew
game.
Twente though.
They drew Twente, but they did win their first game against Union Saint Gilway, who's a French team. So they're doing better than us in the Europa League. They're going to be up for it because they're playing Manchester United at home. And anytime anyone's playing United at home, it's a big game for the home fans.
Absolutely. And Lifetime versus Fenerbahce, we have played 3 times. We've won 3. We've played 6. We've won 3, lost 3. Last 5, lost 3, won 2. And obviously all these have been in Champions League and Europa League. With the last 2, we split. Interesting. 2016. And
the last time we played them in Europa League, that was the year we went on to inevitably win it with Jose Mourinho. So we have some history with Fenerbahce. Maybe we'll go on to win it this year. It doesn't feel that way. Talking about that 11, sir. A lot of players. This team, look at that midfield. That's a United midfield right there. Fred, Amrabat. We know Tadic.
Yeah.
He was a great player at Southampton. We talked about that other guy. He's Sonuchu. He's not there, but he's on the bench. So
Dzeko came on in that game. St. Maximum came on in that game. So Tosun as well. They have some decent players. I mean, they're going to be frisky. It's going to be a proper European night.
It will be.
And like you said, Pastor Fred, he's going to be back in the midfield. I think he's going to have a great game. He is a player you can't get rid of. You had to get rid of one of Scott McTominay and Fred. I think you should have kept the other. For me, Fred was a little more dynamic. He definitely had some moments of madness. But if you look at him in the United midfield, we could probably use him. He's got the energy, right? You can never question Fred's energy. You can question whether or not he should have passed it towards our goal in that way to the other team, but you never questions his energy and effort on the pitch.
I mean, you could make the argument that you could keep Fred and McTominay, they're just not starters.
Yeah,
right.
Very versatile. He's a very versatile player.
And he would never get injured, and he never got injured. He was always available, totally, and obviously McTominay offers the goals, but Fred was very variable. He'd either be lights out or just have an absolute horror show of a game. But you could use a Fred, right? Amrabat is like a poor man's Fred, so. He's having a good career. He's playing well in Turkey. I'm happy for him. Everyone liked Fred. He was a good guy, even if he didn't always play well, because you could tell he's a good heart.
No, he just had
a double wedding. I always remember the double wedding.
No, he kind of lost it sometimes. I think sometimes passing it backwards or he shut off. But his energy, his availability was high. I think those things right now. Imagine if you had a Fred versus a Casemiro right now in the midfield. I think we would look better. We got rid of him. That's Manchester United for you. So I think he's going to have a great game against us on Thursday. This is our starting lineup from Brentford. We had Onana, Dalot, Delit, Evans, Martinez, Eriksson, Cass, Bruno midfield, Garnacho on the left, Højlund, and Rashford. Who would you change from this 11, sir?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't make many changes because we played well. We have a break. We have a nice break. I'd probably play the same back five. Onana, what?
No, just would you make any changes? Like,
No, I'm thinking out loud. Like, maybe I would change Ahmad, like put Ahmad in, let him rotate in for Rashford. I'd probably start the same 11. Honestly, I think
it's midweek. We got to rotate. And by the way,
Do
you
we?
got Ugarte on the bench. He has to play. He has to play either against West Ham or start against Fenerbahce. So I think you have to put Ugarte in.
for Casemiro to do that trade.
Exactly. And I like Ahmad for Rashford. I think that'd be more dynamic. Plus, you could sub off Garnacho if he's not having a day. It is Europe. Rashford has some more experience probably in a hostile environment. Maybe you could rest Garnacho, bring him on as a super sub. You know, I do think we have to be thinking about that and kind of switch it up for Fenerbahce here. We need a little bit of tweaking in the midfield. Ugarte has to start.
No, I think you're right. Also, you got to get him going. You got to give him a match. He should be able to handle Fred and Amrabat. That's a challenge for him. And it's like you said, if we're going to get a run going, you can't just ride 11 into the ground. It's like you're going to have to rotate the squad. We have a decent squad. We have a couple injuries, but we have a pretty good squad right now. So Erik ten Hag's going to have to learn how to use it because there's a lot of matches coming with Europa League and still some EFL action around the corner.
And you got to play Højlund because I think he's showing that he's number one.
He is.
Especially with Xerxes coming on. Like, if Højlund, you got to get him into form. So, like, that's a player that I think you got to play.
I agree.
All right, what do we got for the bookies odds here, sir?
Just about even, plus 155 for Fenerbahce at home, plus 250 for the draw, and plus 150 for United. So we're a slight favorite, but barely. It's a pretty even match, and I think that's about right, sir. Your favorite part of the pod, when John gets to just rake me through the coals and talk about how good he is at making score predictions. You got one wrong. Wow.
We both got Brentford wrong. We both thought we would lose. We end up winning. So, I mean, I think that's a interesting way to go against the grain, but we got Fenerbahce away. What is your score prediction? I did go first last time.
You did. I am up. I think we're gonna win. I think it's gonna be a 3-2 barn burner. United's gonna like finally show a backbone, have some spine, get a big win. But it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be an entertaining game of football. Jose Mourinho's gonna be fired up. Maybe he'll be sent off. What do you got, sir?
I got 2-2. We go from 2 draws in Europa League to 3 draws in Europa League. I think if you look back at this game in any context, a draw away in Turkey, that would be a good result. But United just haven't been on form at all, so it isn't good enough for Manchester United at the moment as far as trying to turn the tide at Old Trafford. But, sir, that's it. That's the podcast. Fenerbahce away, Europa League. Crawling up that table. Mourinho's coming back. So many storylines. It's going to be crazy watching it. I cannot wait for Thursday.
Cannot wait. It's going to be a huge game for United. I love old storylines, like you said, former players, former manager, heading to Turkey. United has a long history over the last 30, 40 years, especially going to Turkey and having some of those hostile nights. So this is going to be a fun game for United. Welcome to hell, that game. That just like bringing up memories here. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Hans and Franz ball. United are right in it. We just got to start winning games and figuring out like how to not fall apart abroad because that's what we keep doing. These away games are killing us. Like we can figure it out kind of at home, but our away record has been like insane over the last year and a half in Europe.
And one thing that's really funny is Mourinho did buy Fred and never played him.
I know.
And then now Fred's on Fenerbahce. So again, another storyline that comes full circle. And let's hope like Ugarte doesn't get cooked in the midfield if he gets the starting opportunity. But look, that's the podcast. You like the American Red Devils. We're for fans, by fans. Let us know what you think. Let us know the result of the match in the comments below. Check out our YouTube, American Devils on YouTube. Also check out the pod wherever you listen. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/American Devils and americandevils.store for your merch, hats, stickers, and everything you need to support them up at Takesir. Give us our top 10 cities last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? How you doing? Dublin, Ireland, Los Angeles, California, Chicago, Illinois, Brooklyn, New York, Philadelphia, PA, Seattle, Washington, New York, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Georgia, and last but not least, Houston, Texas. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. Couldn't do without you. Big game on the weekend. And you know what? Bringing it back, sir. Bringing it back. I'm excited. Excited for this match. United need to put together a performance. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we need a win. We need a win in Europe, and we need a win away so these boys can get something going, sir. You thinking confident? You don't look that confident.
We'll see. But what a night. We have a great history in Europe. Let's celebrate it on Thursday. Let's celebrate it on Thursday.